feeling, but not lose who you are?
Yeah, it's super tough. You got to balance it because early I used to be the guy that would always be in everybody's ear, telling them everything I thought they should do. But I realized that you kind of gotta hide the medicine inside the candy, because people will often rebel from that. They don't want to be around that. It's like oil and water. It feels like you're looking at them and judging them, and you think you're better than them. All these different things. So even though it was rooted in wanting to see people actually succeed, it actually came off wrong to people. But it was just in my nature. I guess it's from my parents. They used to do it, and I felt like I was helping people. But then over time, I started to learn the better approach, the way to like lead people to the water, but not force them to drink it, and I felt like that was way more effective. But when you start to grow and you start to, see things, sometimes, you lose people. I have friends that never left the north side of Houston. Like they've never seen the other side of the city. And, somebody could laugh at that. To me, that's like, man, you don't have ambition to want to see that side. Some of them are like, nah, I'm stuck in my ways. And they feel like they're doing it for real reasons. They're keeping it real and staying so loyal to this thing that raised them. But it's like, you can still be loyal to your side of town by knowing what the other side is about. Matter of fact, you might know how to help your side even better by understanding what's happening on the other side, But saying this to somebody sometimes can come off wrong. You have to find out how to communicate. So I've always had that struggle with how to communicate things that I think are valuable to people. And over time, I feel like rapping kind of taught me that. It taught me how to articulate my thoughts, because you're seeing a lot of things and you're going to music to explain it to an audience of people. And you have so many different types of people that you're talking to. You got some people that come from the background that you come from. You got some people that have no idea what you're talking about and everything's foreign to them. But how do you articulate these things to people and get everybody to care about it? I think people can focus on your passion. They can tell when you're authentic. All these things you start to hone in on and get really, really good at. And then people will start to listen, I used to go to this church on the north side, and there was a guy one time that was a pastor, and he used to have braids. And he used to come in and he used to talk to us just like he was one of us. And everybody used to listen to him. And the other guys would come and they'd have the button ups and nobody listened to them. And I saw that over and over. And I was just like, he's a pastor just like he's a pastor, but everybody listens to him because he felt like he was just one of us. He used to play basketball with us. He used to do all these things. And I always had these things wrestling in my head because, you almost feel like you don't belong a lot of times in all these different places. As an African-American kid in the city, you're in certain areas and people are looking at you like you don't belong. You go to church and they're looking at you like, what are you doing here? Because you show up with a hoodie. I remember one time they were having an open gym, and I wanted to help all these kids in the city come and, have a place to play basketball. So I spent a lot of time putting up the basketball goals, doing a lot of stuff. And then I went home to get, to washed up so I could come back and play basketball. And then I come back and they wouldn't let me in. And they're like, excuse me, sir, this is only for the members of the church. And I'm like, I just spent the whole day putting up and I was so mad. I was like arguing with this guy that wouldn't stop me. And then that guy with the braids came in and was like, no. And and it's just that little understanding of welcoming, what I'm saying, that I kind of saw sometimes. And when I would see example of that, I would try to be that and try to be like, you know what, I'm gonna be more of like not trying to judge people and trying to help them be the best that they can be. And it started